Hey everybody, welcome back to Let's Play Hearts of Iron 4 New Orders America. Let us continue on where we last left off. So, things so far I would say are going pretty well. We're currently threatening Germany with nuclear weapons over Britain. We'll kind of see how that goes, because again, it's like a coin flip, whether or not it works or not. We do know their readiness was at least 50%, so I'm sure the numbers are still going to be in our favor. But, Masteral campaign. No! Okay, well, not much we can really do about that. And we spent all of our political power trying to bolster our position in England. I need to get rid of you guys. I don't know why you seem so powerful. I want you dead though. I do not want you here. A compromise option. Naysayers ceasefire in the Philippines. Okay, I mean that's honestly about as good as we could possibly ask for. Honestly, I'm kind of happy with that. Naysayers once said the rising sun could never be dislodged from the Philippine Islands. That bandits could never contend against the might of the empire. When the last gasp of the Commonwealth proceeded to do exactly that, sentiment abruptly swung the other way like a pendulum. Now that it was the Patriots who helped battle triumph from atop the rubble. Though he may be battered, the Filipino is now free. And what may come, the Filipino will stay free. The days that followed Japan's second such coming proved to sundry that God punishes hubris. By fire, gas, and shell, the 14th Army slacked their bloodthirst with the swath they carved in Luzon. Division shattered beneath the weight of ordnance. Villages burned before the weight. Manila fell a second time, and that nearly turned the retreat into a disastrous rout. But for the heroics of the FPR displayed at the hills of Bacol, surpassing the limits of human endurance, they ground the 14th Army offensive to a halt and willed it to go no further beyond. Having found themselves at an impasse, Tokyo and Washington sent each other terms of truce. American confidence had flagged as a quick blitz, became a protracted war, edging ever closer to nuclear exchange. Likewise, vengeance can only carry Japan so far before dissolution supplants it. If they cannot reclaim the island 6 months, what good will another 6 do? Both sides sought a graceful exit from their pawns games. After some tense words, they found one in compromise. And so the Philippines greeted down not as one, but as two. A Japanese pacification zone in Luzon and a military junta in the rest. Peace returned at the cost of a people irrevocably split. Okay, so we're basically, I think, at like the exact same point we kind of started off at, right? Where the Japanese own the north and we own the south. But hey, we can rebuild the Philippines. So we will try that. I mean, what can we do here? Assist in reconstruction. So I'm assuming at this point it means delegitimize the Leyte program. Delegitimize the Leyte program will put for candidate president of the Philippines in charge of the country's friendliness to us will grant another ally within the Organization of Free Nations. Should we not do this, someone else who is less cooperative with us will become president. So do I want to do this immediately? Who's in charge right now? Carlos Garcia. Okay. So that needs 40 political power. So I guess we'll save up for that to have a friendly Philippines, or at least a friendly South Philippines. Can I crush you? Haitian government has been overthrown. Wait, did they go communist? We lost? Wait, how did we lose? Wait, what happened? Didn't we have like a pretty solid control over most of this territory? Am I crazy? I feel like we were doing pretty well. Current base is build up. Involvement at 41 out of 100. Did I just wait too long? Anti-Americanism. Legitimacy of the Haitian government. I think I waited too long. That would be my guess. So we'll kind of have to wait and see what goes on in Haiti. The ugly American, unfortunately, was not able to do what I needed him to do. Poll has been updated. Crawling, wait, what's this? Oh, our expert volunteer, excellent. Crawling along the edge of a straight razor. Warrant Officer Hugh Thompson gazed upon the devastating blow below him as the chopper was flung into a drifting smoke above the village. Instantly, he felt in his gut something wasn't right. They had been sent to reinforce the men already there, but this is what they meant to be a simple reconnaissance mission. The mud was littered with corpses, children, women, old men. There didn't seem to be any of draft age, or any with weapons. Thompson ordered his helicopter to land in the center of the village, where he could see a few Americans milling about. He disembarked, and as he approached the nearest private, he was startled by an African woman stumbling from the nearby hut, naked, groaning, blood running down her legs. A shot rang out. Her head blew apart in the fountain of brain matter and skull fragments. The woman's body slammed in the dirt in a pool of gore. The men came out with from the hut, stepping over the corpse, one hand holding his pistol, another doing up his zipper. Who's in charge here, demanded Thompson. That'd be me, said the soldier, unaffected. Name's Charlie. You are Relief? Thompson stared at him in horror as the effluent of shots rang out behind him. At the other end of the village, he got into Callie's unshaken face. Just what in the hell is going on here, Lieutenant? Just following orders, replied Callie, giving these savages a taste of American firepower. But these are unarmed civilians. Human beings, sir. More shots. Thompson winced. Callie lit up a cigarette. Look, buddy, this is my show. I'm in charge here. If you ain't interested in doing your damn job, why don't you fuck off back to your chopper and mind your own business? Thompson carefully glanced around. Callie's men were staring at him, slowly moving towards him from the side, surrounding him. You ain't heard the last of this. He snarled impotently as he stepped aboard back to the helicopter. Raising over the village, he saw a group of soldiers push a handful of girls and old men into a ditch and open fire. Thompson desperately tried to raise the colonel on the radio, only receiving static. Meanwhile, he could not do nothing but watch the orgy of killing unfold below him, helpless to stop it. Someday this war's going to end. -70. I can't take -75 political power. Okay, we have an extra division here in Cape Town. Move you guys up north. And I want you all pushing your way in this direction, please. 40 and 25. I mean, our units are so good. 35, 21. They'll get pushed back and getting completely encircled. And for our... I mean, any divisions we're just training up, we're basically just going to send them to the border with Canada. And our volunteers, yeah, they should be coming back home soon. Save the country's going to give us more stability. Meet with people, meet with politicians. We'll see what we can do. I think an infantry walked off of this. But we are going to get you encircled, which is great. Our volunteers have now gone back here. Our new super heavy tanks have now arrived, even though they're still absolute dog shit. And we'll station these troops where they need to be. Thank you so much for your brave work in the Philippines. I do appreciate it. Get 17. We've healed the people. Let's save the country. We'll see what Kennedy can get up to. We can actually get like another encirclement here as well. So this motorized division, if you were to go here instead, we send the armored car up towards Windhook. See what kind of great things. Again, we go here. We can then get to Löderitz, get ourselves an encirclement on a handful more German divisions. And the more encirclements we get, the better our position will be. Okay, so I want you here. I want you here. But we got to make sure you don't break the encirclement. We kind of have to make sure you're kind of just like stuck for as long as possible. Okay. New encirclement is secured. Let's move you down one more province. Station this tank here. You're at 15. I think they're trying to go to Uppington. Do we send a battle tank just to move in directly? I mean, we might as well, right? See what kind of damage you can get done. I will say the game is being a little leggier than I was expecting. How are you guys all doing, by the way? You've all got your you've all got your missions. 95, 98. One division has now retreated back. Yeah, and we're slowly now killing off these divisions. How are you all? Okay, you guys are doing great work into Mozambique. I'm very, very, very happy to see it. I'm glad my allies are doing something, you know? As opposed to sometimes when you have all your allies and they just kind of fuck off and do nothing at all. I'm glad we have somebody we can, like, rely on in some capacity. Okay, coming up here for the reinforce. More peace conferences. It's just everybody in Russia is doing some silly shenanigans. Like, that's really what we're looking at. What are the casualty rates actually right now for the South Africa War? 331 versus 562. Those are incredible numbers. Okay, so yeah, we want to try to clear this up. And that's going to be like another 4 division completely encircled. Move you down as so. There goes all of you. I want you guys here, but I want to send the infantry to this line for the time being. Because right now, you're not getting encirclement penalty until this tank actually gets there. That's going to take 6 entire days. Which, I mean, is quite a while. But we're also very close to Windhook. Because we've only taken, like, a few major cities. But how does that actually make... how does that look under surrender progress? Because most of them are 10 victory points. You're at 91. You were currently 87. So it's looking pretty bad for Germany. There's actually another encirclement as well. Like, okay, this whole front is basically completely exposed. There's nobody actually there. Get our units to redeploy as quickly as they possibly can. Again, I can't have you take provinces. Let's move you here ASAP. We've saved the country. We'd love to see it. Thank you. Thank you, President Kennedy, for saving the country. Okay, so let's take a look now, foreign policy. Like, is there anything we can do here? Like, not really. Philippine instruction. We will lose our favor of the Philippine government, placing an undecided candidate in charge of the Philippines. There's so much stuff that we need to do. We're at 127 political power for the open negotiations as well. I mean, our readiness is awful. Like, it's really... I have no political power. Like, that's my problem. Like, we're so far behind. Is there anything else we can do in South Africa, maybe? Not really. Like, I need political power, and I need it, like, now. Okay, our infantry have now arrived. Great work there. We're going to take Windhoek in a moment. That might get us some political power for taking a major city. Is there anything I can do to get political power off of this? Like, I think we just abandon Haiti for now. Because they're not really doing anything useful for me. Oh, you son of a... You crafty son of a gun. Well, we're going to be in Windhoek in a second anyways. There's the capital of the Southwest Africa taken. You can get these guys crushed. You can still move in this direction. You move here. We'll get you killed off. And we're still holding Windhoek, however you say it. I have a feeling that we might lose England. Because I just have no political power because all of my soldiers in South Africa are just committing massacres. So I appreciate that. Thank you, everyone, for fucking me over. Because you'll be done in 17 days. The Fall of Windhook. Today, the South African shield suffered a serious blow. Despite constant aerial bombardments from increasingly desperate defenders, the South African army, supported by elements of the OFN coalition, has taken Windhoek, administration center of Rex Commonwealth Southwest Africa, after almost a day of furious fighting. The central compound of the colonial government has the last sector of the city its fall, as almost 200 soldiers, supported by a battalion of native SS, have bunkered into the heavily fortified building, forcing American troops to clear the underground corridors and booby-trap halls with flamethrowers and military engineers. The last weeks have seen a combined allied troop inflict defeat after defeat against the right Commonwealth, steadily gaining ground against the weakened and demoralized opponents. But this might be a turning point for the war. With the fall of Windhoek, the shield has lost its largest airfields, large supplies, fuel, and airplane parts have been seized by the attacker before the Germans could retreat. Reichskommissar Schleck has managed to flee the city, on his personal fighter. In his first statement, has sworn to bring the German flag back to Windhoek. So that is going to be at 25 political power, which is great because I desperately need it. Assess situation. Let's get that going. We need 115 for you. But I have no idea. So we know that Germany at least is not in the red zone. Let's send more bombers in. Let's send some more bombers there as well. You're worth 10. So what's your new capital? Your new capital is now Luanda, up here in Angola. So it is quite far away. Okay, new president of Thailand. Our tanks are retreating, but honestly, it's not a big deal as long as we can kind of hold you. You're 5960. Our APC's coming in here for the reinforce. This is not a real front, so we can ignore that. We'll move you in this direction. We don't want to lose Windhoek because that's going to give the our enemies a bonus. Which, for obvious reasons, we do not want them to have a bonus. Stellar MPP campaign, excellent. Let's follow that up. Can I go to you? No, we've already campaigned there recently. Okay, let's campaign in, I don't know, Middle America, whatever you want to call this part of the country. Yes, because you will now be wiped out. And I want this APC. I need you to last stand, okay, buddy? Respectful campaign. Cause for celebration. The Dunkirk building had been quieter since Nixon's resignation, which had been all the better for the brothers who had now found themselves enjoying dinner once again. The now President Kennedy sat together with his brother Robert, who still served faithfully as a senator. I'm proud of you, you know. The circumstances aren't ideal, but I can think of no better man to be president right now. Robert could barely contain a smile. Think of all the things we can finally accomplish. Come on, Bobby, you're embarrassing me, chuckled John, who beamed nonetheless, but thank you. I know I can always count on you. Always. Like, I leave you for the NPP or anybody else, especially when you're about to give the country the change it desperately deserves. Robert's enthusiasm, seemingly infectious, prompted more laughs from his brother. Now, we've got a lot of work to get through before we can set things in motion. His looks becomes more serious, but more determined. The coalition's image is somewhat tarnished at the moment with Nixon's fiasco, so I've arranged some trips across the country to shore up support. At this, he reached into his pocket and pulled out a long itinerary of events and dates of various states and cities to be handed to Robert. Of course. We do have an election to worry about. Robert frowned before reverting to a smile. Come on, Jack. I suppose we can just enjoy a meal before your big tour. You've earned it. And so the brothers sat for a little while longer, enjoying their food in peace. As the time finally came for them to leave, Robert quickly glanced at the list and noted the brothers' first destination. He smiled at his brother one last time for this appeared. You know, I know you'll do great, Jack. And I'll see you when you get back from Dallas. A fond farewell. Well, not looking too great for that. Are you going to die? I think the answer is yes. Okay, let's send all of our divisions here. We're going to allow our allies just to kind of clean up these two spots. You lived, motherfucker. You lived. We love to see it. Okay. Go to Windhoek for now. And we have 22 political power. So anything... Because how much... What do you cost now? 102. We have no idea. We have no idea what the Germans are up to. We know they're not red. I mean, that's something, but... It's not much. 10 political power. GDP decreases. Give them more money. I'll send them 10 political power for right now. Are we ever going to get enough political power to negotiate? I mean, I guess theoretically, maybe Germany can negotiate with us, but, like, are they going to do that? It just seems unlikely, right? An ugly request. It would be one thing if the injury was superficial, a matter of appearance, but the ugly American's jaw was still tender from his ill-fated date with Mary. Every time he opened his mouth, a sharp feeling of pain shot through him. Worse, it made it difficult for him to talk at a time when he needed his mouth more than ever. The department had announced that it would be surveying the country's entire population to better distribute aid and to reduce fraud. Any villages that are now not fully surveyed risk losing access to food, money, and material. And with so many of his colleagues hiding away in the embassy to avoid security threats, he forced himself to work alone through the pain. Bonjour, monsieur, said the ugly American between his injured induced lips and broken French. He felt like a child. Je suis américain avec le gouvernement et je dois demander... my French is horrible. Quelques questions à la famille? The young man in front of him gave a look of either boredom or contempt. The ugly American tried to repeat. Je dois... The Haitian looked around the quiet dirt road as the other villagers went about their duties. A few GIs leaned against their jeep and chatted. He looked at the empty house behind him. Yes, American, I will answer questions. With family, come, said the man gesturing towards the building. The ugly American paused. He wasn't supposed to go alone into buildings alone like this, but his experiences thus far had been peaceful. He encountered some hostility, the usual anti-American rallies and slogans, but nothing on the level that his security briefing had warned of, nor, rubbing his jaw, anything he couldn't on some level understand. The young man gestured to him into the doorway with a sigh. The ugly American followed. Like, haven't we lost? Like, it seems like the Haitian Revolutionary Front has just outright won. But, like, maybe I'm, like, missing something? I'm not too sure. Okay, so we've crushed you. I want more units to, I mean, these units to reinforce as quickly as possible. Yeah, so we'll mobilize you like so. But I think with that, this will be a good time for us to end this episode. If you enjoyed, thumbs up. Not enjoying, click some down. You want to see more, subscribe, and goodbye.